my skin become really sensitive to the sun and it's get painful when directly make contact with the sunlight. And sometimes I cannot touch my skin because it's so dry. And sometimes I had a headache. And when this happened to me years ago, I was really fattening. At that time, I have no idea what is going on. So I met the dermatologist. So the dermatologist told me that I had experienced sunburn. What is sunburn? I have learned about a lot of my skin condition after that. So I'm doing some research. And for my speech today, I would like to talk about sunscreen and their benefit. So, as we all know, what is sunscreen and what is their beneficial to us? So, as I'm doing my research, wearing sunscreen Wearing sunscreen is one of the best and easiest way to protect your skin appearance health at any age. It means that it's age-free product. Used regularly, sunscreen help to prevent sunburn, skin cancer, and premature aging. To help make sunscreen a part of your daily routine, dermatologists and a change address common concern. Sunscreen, also known as sunblock or sunscreen, is a photoprotective topical product for the skin that's help protect against the sunburn and most importantly prevent the skin cancer. That is the one that I want to highlight, that is can prevent cancer. Sunscreen come as a lotion, spray and foam that suitable for our skin nowadays. So how to apply sunscreen actually? Rub the sunscreen through and apply to your skin directly like this. So apply sunscreen to all the bare skin. Remember your neck. Don't forget the neck because there are a lot of people that forget their necks when they do their sunscreen. Their face, the ears, top of your feet, of course. Don't forget the other part other than your face because that is so important. And for hard and rich area like your back, ask someone to help you to apply the sunscreen. So it is very important, especially when your body is not covered enough. So next is the statistic. This is show that many of me as we all know that after this people tend to use a lot of sunscreen. We can see that a lot of people have their hairish using of sunscreen, that we can see it's increasing year by year. People nowadays use sunscreen because sunscreen is so important because nowadays ozone layer are so thin and some ozone layer have been gone because of the pollution that made by people, of course. So what is type of sunscreen? So actually we have two type of sunscreen, which is chemical sunscreen and physical sunscreen. Have you wondered why? What is the difference? So chemical sunscreen absorb into the skin and then absorb UV rays, convert the ray into the heat and release them from the body. The active ingredient in chemical include enzyme bioside, antioxidant, and enzyme benzone. Physical sunblock sit on top of your skin and reflect to the sun ray. It means that chemical sunscreen reflect the UV ray that touch our skin directly and reflect it back to the environment, to surrounding us. Different from the physical sunscreen, which is also commonly referred to a mineral sunscreen, that is another name for the physical sunscreen, which is mineral sunscreen. Create a barrier skin that reflect the UV rays. The most common minerals in physical sunscreen are zinc oxide and titanium oxide. So the difference between chemical and physical sunscreen are their ingredients and the way they protect our skin. For chemical sunscreen, they used to reflect the ray, but for the physical sunscreen, they make a skin barrier which is a lot of thicker to our skin and can sometimes produce a white cast. So this is some of the beneficial when we use sunscreen. So first beneficial that we got when we use sunscreen to our skin is it can prevent sunburn, which is sunburn protect from this. A sunscreen protect from the sunburn and minimize certain by absorbing or reflecting the UV rays. Selecting a good sunscreen is a very important in protecting protecting skin. Choose a sunscreen that offer a broad spectrum protection, which is a very good sunscreen that cover your face, that can stay longer to your face and suitable for your face. An SPF 15 sunscreen block 90% of the UVB radiation. And other than that, SPF 30 block 97%. After that, the difference in between the protection is a very small. That is why from using sunscreen we can prevent sunburn. So SPF 50 actually block 98%. How big that number are? And SPF 100% stop 99 of UVB rays from reaching to your skin. That is why you need to apply sunscreen to your face. The SPF is depend when you need to reapply the sunscreen. It's not how good they are, because SPF 15 and SPF 30 is actually the same. Just the time you need to reapply the sunscreen is different. For 15, maybe the time a little bit shorter between the SPF 30. That's all. So please choose your perfect sunscreen. So other than that, it's anti-cancer. What? Sunscreen can prevent cancer? Of course, because it can prevent skin cancer. Decrease your risk of skin cancer is skin pancreas. Regularly daily use of SPF 15 sunscreen can reduce your risk of developing secondary cell of carcinoma, which is can be found in a cancer patient by about 40%, and lower than your melanoma risk 50%, which is a very good and the closest way to prevent from the cancer. It's not about the number, it's about the how we do it every day. You can reduce your risk of sun damage and skin cancer by staying in the shade under the umbrella, but this might be difficult. So we apply sunscreen. And most of our clothes nowadays are not very protective, which is it show a lot of skin. So that's why we need sunscreen to protect our skin from the directly sun. So if you're going to out of the sun, sunscreen is a good way to protect your skin and from the ultraviolet radiation from the damage your skin cell. That is a very important point that I would like to highlight. This can lead to the sunburn, which is when the UV directly go to your skin, it can produce sunburn. It's saying that sunscreen combine different ingredients to help and stop UV ray from damaging your skin, that is why we use sunscreen, especially for something that have no fall season. Please wear your sunscreen. We move to the next topic, which is anti-aging. Sunscreen either creates the layer of the skin that physically block or has chemical that absorb harmful UV ray. UV ray is a very bad ray for our skin. We need to stay away from them, but we cannot, because we need to go to the work, we need to do our daily basics, go to the grocery store sometime. So it had to reduce sign of skin aging. That's why people use sunscreen, looks very young. And sometimes we are curious, are they not going to go to the aging process? No, because they wear the sunscreen. Evidence show that using sunscreen every day help you slow down the skin aging process. Wow, that is an interesting fact that I made from my research. Aside from the collagen, UV exposure can also damage elastin, another supporting structure that makes our skin look healthier and youthful. These are the glue that hold the skin cell together. By shielding them with SPF, you help your skin retain the shape and prevent wrinkles, which is sunscreen help as a shield for our face from the sun that going to harm our skin with the UV rays. Based on the Script Help website, evidence show that using sunscreen every day slow down the skin aging process. According to one groundbreaking study, people who use broad spectrum sunscreen on a daily basis 24% skin aging than those who sunscreen only entirement. That show that this is this study show that people who wear a lot of sunscreen, even daily or every day, um, aging slowly than others. So we come to the conclusion that, as we have seen, there are the various problems if we are not applying the sunscreen to our skin. Because it have affected a million of people, because people back then they even didn't have sunscreen. So thank God to the new invention, which is it can help to prevent cancer and you still look younger. Unfortunately, there are many other options to prevent you to get sunscreen. In my case, the study of sunscreen is a really helpful. It's a very helpful things to prevent cancer, sunburn, and it's make you look a little bit younger. I don't know if I ever be completely free from sunburn, because I like to travel, sometimes to the beach, sometimes to something that to the country that very hot, that offer the spring, something like that. But at least I understand now that what is sunscreen and what are their purpose to us human. So that's all from me. Thank you. Bye. Don't forget to apply your sunscreen.